I keep on I keep on forgetting right clicking starts the thing. I'm sorry, I actually was not ready. Oh shoot. What was I doing? My channel still doesn't say I'm live. Oh, no, am I not live? It says I'm live. But Twitch itself says otherwise. There we go, we're live. Ooh, I was just listening to my passion because when I go into my profile, my last video shows up. Let me mute myself. No, I don't know. It was kind of fun listening to me talk at the beginning of the last part. I don't wish I was playing Xenoblade 2 right now, but Unverse, hello. I'm sorry. I kind of wish I was playing Xenoblade 2 right now because I was able to grind for like 2 hours today because I've been super busy today. But I'm also excited to continue Lost Judgment. Hope you are doing well. You like the meme? You like the meme? What meme? Oh, the memes from last night. Yes. Especially the Konosuba one. I kind of want to rewatch Konosuba. Okay. Let me start. Oh, that's right. We talked to the teacher. I did get a haircut. If you could notice. Where? You're right. So Unverse, plan of action. Should this be like a mostly side quest stream or a mostly main story stream? I kind of want to continue the detective stuff in the school, but I know there's 2 side cases outside, but it looks like the main story continues if I leave the premise. So I'm not really sure what to do in hindsight. Oh, and since I got a haircut, my hair doesn't go past the headphones and my hair will keep on going to the front. I say half and half? Okay. So before, the top of my hair was long enough to go so I could wrap it back. Now it doesn't. Kind of wish I had headphones instead of the, like, you know, the little headphones. Well, shoot. I guess I can only leave one door. I do need a thumbnail. If you didn't notice, I also shaved. I shaved today. If you look at the last stream and look at this stream, you will notice that I shaved. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell Sari-san about Sawa-sensei and Mamiya.
Hey, Sari-san, it's Yagami.
Hey, did you manage to talk to Sawa-sensei?
Yeah, turns out she really was in Mamiya's class. And they were both aware of the suicide incident with their classmate.
Good to know. While we're on the topic, Hoshino-kun got his hands on some new info.
Let's hear it.
The bully at Kurokawa High was named Shinya Kawai. He transferred out right after Mitsuru-kun jumped, as if he were running away. Once he came of age, it looks like he worked here in Kamurocho.
That's how it be. How it be.
You really can find a lot online.
Yes, and to top it off,
That reminds me of one time a
for talking about
coworker.
how he drove a classmate to suicide, like he's proud of it. Maybe he thought he'd get a laugh in Kamurocho.
A coworker of mine.
Probably would.
Super long beard.
Kawai was more or less a yakuza.
Super long
who
beard.
Never swore into it.
And
Like it said
he
it was taken 5 years ago.
he shaved. He shaved for the first time in years.
What? This guy?
You
And we
recognize him?
kept on joking about if it was his like
Not too
twin
long
brother
ago,
that
some
came to work
arcade
instead of
punks came
him.
asking his
He,
whereabouts.
he didn't look like
Said he was
himself.
a girls'
He looked
bar
like he was a
manager who went
completely
missing.
different person.
Yeah, it looks like he did work at a girl's bar. But we don't know which one.
Okay.
And
so
that
the
joke
guy's
kept on
definitely
going for like
suspicious.
2 months until his beard
What
kind of grew
business
back.
would RK have with him?
Do you know if they ever found him?
No. But their leader, Soma, said something about Kawhi having already been killed. Like he just vanished from Kamurocho a few years ago, and that was it.
Wait, he was killed?
What is your job?
Kinda
I
gives me
build
déjà vu
websites.
now that I think about it. Here you have Kawhi and Mikoshiba, two known school bullies. And they both end up murder victims?
That could be for a number of reasons. It's not rare for people to disappear in Kamurocho. Usually the trouble is money or women. Maybe that was the case for Kawhi.
Could be.
Okay, we'll investigate Kawhi a bit more on our end. With RK asking around, word on the street will be loud enough to hear.
Hello, Jack. I apologize. Today is Lost Judgment Day. I did grind today a while and Xenoblade 2. I think I went up 2 levels and I did a couple of poppy
How was it,
missions.
Saori-san? What did Yagami-san have to say?
He said he recently ran into some RK members looking for Shinya Kawai.
So tomorrow, no, I don't think
He
I'm
also
streaming
said
tomorrow.
RK later told him Kawai had been killed.
This is
Monday.
getting scarier with every new lead.
Now
I'll
that you mention
continue
it,
the main story
I
of
have seen
Xenoblade.
people getting stopped and asked about someone all
Yes,
over
Lost
town.
Judgment tonight.
But if those were RK on the hunt for Kawhi, could it have something to do with our case as well?
Even though the enemies in Xenoblade 2 still overlevel me by a lot. Like there were some enemies in that area that were like level 24 and I'm like, I'm not leveling up that fast here. I'm still level 20. I'm still level 17. Putting aside the connection between Mikoshiba and Kawhi with why is RK suddenly involved?
I'm honestly not sure how RK could be involved in all this. I'm going out for a bit, Hoshino-kun. Do me a favor and keep digging up what you can on Kawhi.
Wait, what?
Sometimes you have to get out in the field. It can't just be Yagami-san all the time.
Oh? Wait. Do my eyes deceive me?
You don't mean you're going straight to RK for some answers?
What else would I be doing? I need to know why they were looking for Kawhi.
Then I'm coming with. I can't just let you do that alone.
Don't worry, it's still light out, and I plan on staying in the open. Besides, if I'm alone, they'll be more eager to talk.
That may be, but still, I'll just call you about every 10 minutes then. For your safety.
I find that rather unnecessary.
You sure?
Can she jump out the window? She cannot jump out the window. First, I need to find some RK members. Unlike Yakuza, they're hard to identify by appearance alone. But no worries, in time like these, it's good to know the owner of Tender. He's well connected. Okay, so we're fast traveling? What a simp. Me a simp? This is Bartender, the first place Yagami-san worked at when he arrived in the city. The owner of Joe Masuda always has his ear to the ground. I'm sure I could ask him where I might meet some arcade members.
Oh, is that Sari-chan I see? To what do I owe this pleasure?
Nice to see you too.
Oh, hi. Say, aren't you one of Talk's lawyer friends?
Alright.
Does that mean
I
he's
am
on his
also
way
a simp
too?
though.
It's just me today.
Is she going to go see
Fine
a
by me.
mob boss?
That means
No,
you
I
and
think
get
she's
some girl talk
just
time.
trying to
Oh,
dig
that
up
stings,
info
Mari.
on the arcade.
Here I thought I had a place in your
And now
heart.
he just went to go to talk to a bartender
Well,
since he has a lot
no
of
one
information.
knows a lady's heart like a bartender. I guess you can stay.
The two of them sure can keep up with each other, but I'm going to ask questions. I better order a drink.
Let's see.
All these bottles got you feeling lost? Care for a few pours from Tox? It'll be our secret. Besides, a man with his tab can't complain.
You're too kind. So I'm actually here to ask you, how can I set up a meeting with RK?
Darn. So this wasn't a pleasure call? Well, I'm glad you're at least enjoying the drink.
A little bit of
True.
overkill.
And looking fancy doing it.
Oh, please, you two are going to embarrass me.
My apologies. I suppose being surrounded by such beauties has a timeless appeal, even at my age.
I'll second that. Masuda here is looking at least a year younger.
Was that supposed to be a compliment?
Of course. If you got any younger, you'd be much too handsome. What's a girl to say?
And I'll second that.
Oh no, this isn't good. I'm getting so relaxed. I might forget about work.
Anyhow, if you're after an RK rendezvous, the good news is those guys are everywhere. But it's not like a civilian can just stroll up and ask, "Hey, are
Another
you
sim-
RK?" and expect to get an answer.
You got that right. And Saori-chan needs to ask them something that's kind of sensitive. Oh, that's certainly going to make
Sorry
things
for all the
challenging.
yawning. I don't know what it is about
Yeah.
starting stream.
So I say,
I don't think
why
I
not
was
let the
yawning
boys
before
do the
this.
chasing? Wouldn't be hard for an enchantress like you. But honey, we need to do something about your look. Some nice clothes and a little makeup, and you'd be unstoppable.
Are they gonna
Fine.
dress her up
My
again?
turn to second something.
I suppose I would need to look approachable.
Talk told me once that if you ever felt like
He's
it's
approachable.
Saori-chan, you could put every hostess in Kamurocho to shame.
She did.
I've got to admit, I'm curious.
Well, a good hawk hides her talons.
You're saying I should dress like a hostess?
She
for
did
this?
do this in Original Judgment
Well,
for part
I'm
of the
sure
main
there
story.
are other ways. But if
Jack,
you want a
if you
foolproof
were
plan to
curious,
snag an RK, you've got one.
Oh, if you want, I can get you some looks. And you can choose what you like.
ooh, are we gonna dress her up again?
I get the message. And I suppose I'll take you up on that.
Okay, then leave the rest to me.
Now, if only she could fight. We are. I feel like the creators of the first game was like, we created this in the last game, so we might as well reuse it again. I don't know. I don't like any of these. Let's go with that one. Oh, we can change the color. Wait a minute. I'll just stick to that one. Glasses? No, she doesn't look a mop. I actually prefer that hairstyle compared to all the other ones that she has, that they've given her. Right, like, I don't know. I don't like any of these. Which I think was the main issue for me last time. I just like the bangs on it, to be honest. The bangs? I like the bangs. I don't know. They make this so hard. Let's just do that. I don't want to take too long on this.
Well, would you look at that? Doc was right on the money. I couldn't have imagined.
You sure about that, Mari-san? I hardly feel comfortable wearing this in front of you.
What are you saying? You're so pretty.
I wouldn't say so.
Really? You're dynamite. Though, there is one
The only
thing that's
people I
missing.
fight are in video
What's
games,
that?
Unverse.
Pride. That's the final touch you need. Pride in your own beauty.
Well, I'm not sure I have that.
Then how about your pride as a lawyer? You have that, don't you?
As a lawyer?
Yes, there it is. Go ahead and take a look. Now that's the face of a girl who gets the man she wants.
It's been a while since I've felt this way. I have you to thank for that.
These bad boys won't know what hit them. Now, let's go dangle the bait.
You mean us, right?
You bet. Two nightlife girls like us alone on the street literally brings the arcade boys
I don't
running.
squat 900
Especially
pounds.
along Senryo Avenue. Why don't we take a walk?
Are you sure? I don't want to drag you into this.
Are you kidding? And miss the chance to see this makeover in action?
Half of whose
But
age?
really, I want you to succeed. I promise I won't be a bother.
My age? Time to walk down Senior Avenue. If any arcade guys approach us, we'll reel them in. Then I can ask them about Shinya Kawai and see what they found out so far. Oops. Okay. Going straight. I think there was a time Umverse thought I was younger than him, but I wasn't. I was actually older than Umverse. But twice my age. That's a lot. Picked up a pebble. How old am I?
Excuse me, ladies.
25.
You, get lost on the way to the beauty pageant?
We're already out for a drink. Maybe heading to work somewhere in town.
Oh, we're just two girls bar hopping by our lonesome. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, in that case, why don't you roll with us? I know a great place. You could drink all you want.
Wow, you guys loaded or something? We can throw them back, you know. You
25.
sure?
Hell yeah! There's a place my buddy runs. He'll be thrilled to see some ladies like you.
If they're okay, then it might be good to take them up on the offer. But how can I know for sure? He is making us feel old.
You rugged boys are just my type, actually. But are you really that into older girls?
Yes, 25.
I'm your type for real?
Oh, what happened to your nose? That bandage makes you look so tough and masculine. What's gotten into me? I am such a mess tonight.
One too many, Sari-chan?
Don't worry, Saori-chan. I love a hot mess. I'm one myself.
And now while their guard is down. Another one.
You know, I think you guys may have caught me at the perfect time. What I'm saying is, tonight, I want to take a trip on the wild side.
Imagine
Oh, yeah?
the voice actor
Talk
having to
me,
say this.
baby.
There's this guy in my life, a real choir boy. And being with him's got me feeling so...
She's talking about the guy in front of
Now
him.
I know I should behave like a good girl. But I figure I owe it to myself to cut loose every now and again.
Oh, you never told me that, Saori-chan.
Right, right.
Damn, girl. I'll get loose with you.
Yeah! Let's get drunk and dirty.
Thing is, we all know the biggest party people in town are RK. I heard they can really spice things up, you know?
But Saori-chan, why limit yourself to
Oh,
RK?
16?
I think these boys are plenty
Happy,
attractive.
happy early birthday.
I'm starting
You
to
feel
think we were
30?
meant for each
Join
other.
the club, buddy. I feel like I'm in my
What
80s.
makes you say that?
Wait, don't tell me
Back
you're...
problems, shoulder problems,
Not
heart
supposed to be blurting
problems.
it out, but yeah. We're RK. And pretty high up, too.
Shoot. RK wouldn't be what it is now without us. Never thought it'd get this big either.
Looks like it went well. I knew they had to be with RK. All I have to do is ask thing about Shinya Kawai. How are they looking for him?
RK has Kamurocho pretty much wrapped around its finger now, huh?
Just about. The time of the Yakuza laying down the law is over. All that respect and chivalry shit. Dead. Like all the old legends. Now
What is
the
RK?
underground world
RK is
jungle.
a
Winning fights all the
the thing is Yakuza lore. After a certain event in Yakuza 6 or what, Yakuza 5? One of those two. One of the big Yakuza groups had to close down because of the law. Like the Yakuza were not allowed to be Yakuza anymore. Because there was still Yakuza in Judgment. But 2 or 3 years after that, I believe, was the whole law that was passed down. And there was only one really big Yakuza group. And like a dragon, there was one Yakuza group and one of them had to dismantle. So now, since the Yakuza aren't in control of the city anymore, a group called RK showed up. And now they have the numbers, they have the people, and now they're beginning to take control of the city. And that's what RK is. RK is just now controlling the city. I don't know if you were here last time, but there was this guy with orange hair, really bulky, when we left the train station. He is one of the leaders of RK. But I'm assuming they're going to take a bigger role in the story. I'm not sure yet. But right now they're trying to get more information on RK.
Wow, must be
Because
hard.
RK could be involved in the murder.
That
In the beginning of the
reminds
game.
me, weren't you RK guys looking for someone recently? A man who disappeared a few years ago?
Oh yeah, him. We were looking for this dude who ran a girls' bar.
See? I knew you guys would know what that's about.
Oh well. 5 years ago, he suddenly disappeared. That's not even news in Kamurocho.
That's so crazy, though. What happened to him? You ever end up finding the guy?
Oh, Jack, have you played the
Didn't
Tale
work
series?
No surprise, he was just a punk anyway. Name was Kawhi. Way I heard it, some of his old friends rolled up on him one night. My guess is, it was trouble from another town catching up to him. Anyway, they argue for a bit, and it ends with the guy getting shoved into a van. And that's the last time anyone saw the dude.
Whoa, what do you
No,
think happened?
you're missing
I'm
out. This
thinking they
little guy
bumped
that's
him off.
up here.
If he was still breathing, he'd be back by now. I heard he never even picked up his final paycheck. My guess
Is
he's
Lloyd
fish
from
food
Tales
now.
of Symphonia.
Or they buried him
My
on some
icon
remote ass
that
mountain.
lights up is
You have any
Saray from
idea who would've
Tales
done
of
that to him?
Zestiria.
Don't know. They say it was 10 or so people. Young. Both
I
men
played
and women.
Symphonia on stream
Sound like a gang thing.
at the beginning of the year.
Who knows, right?
You could also watch
It was
that.
5
It's on,
years ago.
it's on the YouTubes, all of it. One of my favorite series A group of civilians shoved Kawhi into a van and they were old acquaintances. Could they have been classmates from Kurokawa Academy? No, I'm just rushing to conclusions.
But if you heard all that, there must have been witnesses.
But it's an
right?
old game.
So you're saying someone
It's
actually saw him
maybe
shoved in a
before
van?
your time?
Yep. Some chick working
I
at
don't know
his
if you
bar
ever
saw
had the
it all
chance
go
to
down.
play on the
At least
GameCube.
that's what we heard from a guy who heard it from that chick.
Where is this bar anyway?
You mean some random dive bar half a decade ago? Who the hell knows? 100 places have sprung up and gone under since.
But then, why would anyone be looking for Shinya Kawai now? Did someone ask RK to find him? Think that's right?
Hell if I know. It's a question for the top of the food chain. But hold on a sec. Can I ask you something?
Huh?
Just a minute ago, you mentioned a Shinya Kawai. How'd
I
you know his
thought
full
so.
name when we never told you?
Seeing your age.
Oh, shit!
You're only talking to us because you wanted dirt on Kawhi.
Oh no!
So who the hell are you?
What do you think you're doing?
Let go of her!
Who sent you?
Ooh, they're starting to suspect this isn't good. What should I call myself? I'm sorry, Shiosaki, attorney at law. I don't owe you a name. I'm just an RK fangirl. But Tales of Symphonia was one of my very first JRPGs. I don't know if you heard of Tales of Arise that came out last year, I believe. That's part of the series.
I wouldn't even give you my name. Now let go. Threats and violence aren't going to work on me.
Oh, what have we here? Got ourselves a bad bitch all of a sudden. Too bad she can't keep her hand from shaking.
That's just the excitement talking.
Big talk for a chick dressed to the nines to get info. Huh? Sorry, Chan?
Yeah. Don't even try to fuck with us, lady!
Sorry, Chun!
Huh? What the?
There goes the mans.
Punk.
Higashi-san!
Asshole!
Mr. Tsunami Man.
I swear, these jerks are popping up like roaches.
No thanks needed. Just be careful on your own, especially when you're beautiful.
Thank you so much, Higashi-san.
I just said you don't... Wait, how'd you know my name?
It's me, Shirosaki, from Genda Law Office.
Mr.
Holy
Tsunami
shit!
Man.
No way!
I didn't
You
realize. Shirosaki
You haven't
Sensei.
heard of the main
didn't
character of
recognize you.
Yakuza himself?
You look incredible.
No, he's not. He is not the main character of Yakuza. He's the guy that's on the screen right now.
You're the one who is incredible.
Side character.
This is all my fault.
Main side
I was the one
character?
who put Mari-san in
Side
danger.
character that's...
You really saved us.
No. The main character does
Young,
not show up in the
strong,
Judgment
handsome.
spin-offs.
That's 3 out of 3 for me.
Those guys were RK. Town's practically overrun with them these days.
You know the big buff guy that's usually with the main character of this game? The guy that always has like the colorful red and orange shirt? Higashi was his like his senpai. He was like above him. He took care of him. But the big buff guy got kicked out of the Yakuza because of something that happened. And Higashi had to make things right. He worked on he built himself to the top of the Yakuza. And he ended up helping us in the last game. Oh, it says it right there. Family member of the Tojo clan. He's like a brother to Kaito-san, and he knows Yagami-san too. He runs his arcade full time now, but apparently he still keeps up with Yakuza fashion trends.
If you'd like, I can escort you somewhere safe. I got nothing but time on my hands.
Oh, you don't say. Perfect. Who says we can't still salvage some fun out of tonight?
You do need it to understand some
Let me
characters,
call Yagami-san.
which is also on my YouTubes. Shinyo Kawai was a bully 13 years ago. You don't need to know anything about Yakuza to play the Judgment series though. He vanished from Kamurocho when he was abducted by a group in a van. It seems like they were all people he knew, and it's possible they were his classmates from Kurokawa Academy.
Yagami's still a jackass, I see. When Shirosaki-sensei calls, you pick up in 2 rings.
2 rings.
It is strange that he's not picking up. I'll try again.
Oh, we just left the school building. Are we going back to Yagami? No. Yes? No.
Wait,
Yes?
he was killed?
Uh-huh. Kinda gives me deja vu now that I
It's
think
deja
about it.
vu.
Here you have Kawai and Mikoshima, 2 known school bullies. And they both end up murder victims?
That could be for a number of reasons. It's not rare for people to disappear in Kamurocho. Usually the trouble is money or women. Maybe that was the case for Kawai.
Could be.
Okay, we'll investigate Kawai a bit more on our end. With RK asking around, word on the street will be loud enough to hear.
Thank you, Judgment.
Alright,
it is
thanks.
kind of long though. I think I clocked at 30 something, 40 hours. No, oh, the end. Oh, the ending of Judgment. Oh, that was such a cool fight. One issue of my Judgment playthrough though is I think I was having internet issues at the time that I fixed now. I think I spent 2 months trying to figure out why my streams would just disconnect and just end the stream completely. But my internet provider seems to have been dropping my connection down to 0 for a few seconds. But now that I have a VPN, that seems to have fixed the issue. Now I guess I'll wait for Sawa Sensei. Still a lot of time before the faculty meeting ends. And we're back. It's a message from Mama Sawa. The ending though, the ending of Judgment. Oh. One of my underclassmen wants to talk to you. Could you come to the club room again after class if it's not too much trouble? No problem. Yeah, the Musica girl is gone. Sawa wants to talk about her underclassmen. I've got time, so I might as well go to see what's all that about. Oh yeah, there might be some new jobs over Tsukumo's office too. It's still a bit before the faculty meeting ends. I should kill time elsewhere. Kill some main story. Kill some time. I think I will do the cases because I can't do these cases just yet. And the only other case I can do is this one that's question mark, question mark, question mark. So I think I'll do these 2 side quests. Then I'll go in and do the stuff. I did see I was also gonna go on the date with that one, the nurse girl. You mean an abduction? Do you think they implant devices into people they take? I don't know, but I saw it with my own eyes. A real UFO, right here in Ishijincho. You know, I remember hearing about an alien abduction here in town a couple years back. Or I can go on a date too. Some 3rd year that goes here, his dad is up and disappeared. He's talking about spooky. UFOs are all over Cheddar now. People are saying someone might get abducted again. Abductions? What are you, huh? Let's get out of here before they take us too. I have to admit, I'm pretty curious about this. One of them mentioned Cheddar. I should see what the fuss is. UFO. Here we go. Is it nighttime right now? I'd say it's like dusk. It's like almost dusk. I wouldn't say it's nighttime though. Oh! Oh, what fighting style do I have on right now? I can only parry with this fighting style. Wow, my man's really went for it.
Let's do this.
Ooh, the ultimate parry. To do the parry when they're red, instead of parrying, you actually have to dodge the attack. See, the thing is, I can't tell if it's nighttime right now. This was the bar you could go in. It's him. He's here.
Starving. Now we're talking. Pretty tasty. Thanks.
That guy, the guy with the tie. He shows up in Yakuza 0, 1, and I can't remember if he shows up in the other ones as well. He does show up. In 3 maybe. He also shows up in Yakuza Like a Dragon, and this here is the main hideout of the main characters in Yakuza Like a Dragon. This is like the little hideout spot. But he's the right-hand man of the main the main character in Yakuza had like a father that adopted him, and he was his right-hand man. And now I'm drunk, so I'm sorry if I move a little weird. I can't really control my character anymore. No, I guess I can't. And I don't think I can really change the time. Ooh, ooh. Oh well, maybe fighting will make me less drunk. Oh yeah, I've gone down 1 number. Oop, there we go.
What a waste.
Okay, I'm not going all crazy. There was another case over here. A squirrel. Huh. What's the little girl doing out here by herself? Hope she's alright. Hey, is everything okay? Are you looking for something? Oh no, I was just looking at the squirrel. Adorable, isn't it? What squirrel? Squirrels just wanna have fun. Anytime you see a squirrel playing around town, slip an observation book and examine it. If you copy what it's doing, you may just find a hidden treasure. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, would you look at that? Here's a squirrel. That's some pretty nice street art. Why a squirrel, though? Is this supposed to represent something?
Yagami-san.
Well, this is unexpected. What are you doing out here? Huh? I was just about to go see you.
Hanasawa.
Oh, hey. I was just looking at some street art. Do you know what this is from? It's too good to be random graffiti. How peculiar. Feel like I know this from somewhere. Maybe a famous graffiti artist did it?
No.
That's not it. I think I remember this from childhood. That's it. It's from a picture book I used to read all the time. A picture book? Yes, it featured all these forest critters for doing different poses, and as a kid, you were supposed to imitate them. So if you copied the squirrel performing a greeting or lying down for a nap, you'd be learning good behaviors along the way. And if you did them well, you get a reward. 1 minute. Like an acorn, at least according to the book. I think you like what I sent in Discord. Just don't play it loudly on the stream. No, I don't. What I have on stream doesn't. What I have on Discord doesn't play on stream. I have it set up where it's the game sound is coming from the game, and my voice is coming from the mic. I could add something to get input from the computer. But let me see who ordered all. Oof. Yeah, I think I'll play that after. Like an acorn? At least according to the book. I see souls like an educational tool, but why would something from a children's book be painted out here? That's the big question. You know how long it took to get everything set up in OBS Studio on Verse? It took hours. I've probably spent maybe minimum at least 20 hours. You know what? More. It took me to create the layout, to create everything, more than 20 hours doing everything. And then I had to do the thing from switching from Stream Elements to OBS Studio. Oh. Cool. Do you think we get rewarded if we copy the scroll? And I'm still missing a lot of stuff to add. That's a cute idea. Let's pretend we're in my picture book and find out. So, what's the scroll up to? Let me think. Listen carefully. That's what I'm. Maybe it's listening intently? That could be. It does look like it's trying to hear something. And if we stand still and stay quiet, will we get rid of reward? At the very least, we can try and find out. Yeah, I'm not hearing a thing. Well, duh. We are playing make-believe, you know. Ooh, sounds like a nightmare. It was a nightmare. You know how you remember how frustrated I was trying to figure out what was ending the stream? And that's not good for my heart. That was like for two whole months. But I think now I have everything in a nice spot. I know I'm getting the icon to light up whenever I spoke. It took at least maybe an hour or two. And all the pictures behind the chat box, when I change games, I make those. The Pikachu is pretty quick. Everything just takes time. I think I did hear something. Really? I wonder what. Might as well play along here. And I've got just a thing to amp up my hearing. Sorry if I ranted about Stream Elements. Kinda happy about all the things that I did, but also I'm kinda like, eh. Oh. I heard it over here.
There it is.
Sounds coming from here. Superstitious Eater's Guide. This skill, Auspicious Gourmet, has been unlocked. Learn how to use it from the skills app in the pause menu. Who rewarded that source of the sound? I'm not a tech wizard. If anything, I'm an oldie. What was it? I think it wasn't until my senior year of high school. I know, a lot of years ago. Jack probably wasn't even born yet. My high school was 7 years, so Jack was 9. What was it? I didn't even have an email. I needed to have my best friend make me an email because I just didn't know how to. I didn't have to use the computer until my senior year of high school either. So it wasn't until in college where I started using computers. I don't know. What's the listening device thing you got there? Did it lead you anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. After turning it on, I heard a faint noise, and when I went to check it out, I found this. Wow, so the squirrel was hiding a treasure.
Seriously?
I guess so. By the way, there are more scrolls than just this one. They're doing all sorts of different things. Really? Yep. There's one on the wall over at that store over there. Huh. I never noticed. Or if I did, I dismissed it as some juvenile attempt at self-expression. Could this possibly be a new mystery? I suppose you can consider it a mystery, in the broadest possible sense. Mystery or not, it might be fun to keep a lookout for these squirrels. Okay. Okay, this has got my brain firing in all cylinders. I gotta go home and find that picture book. You do that. In the meantime, I'll see what I can find out on my end. Okay, great. See you later. It all takes practice, Unverse. Once you start, it might take a lot. I have to watch several videos to figure out how to get my voice sounding the way it sounds right now. You can probably tell looking at my very first videos, but even before that, I was streaming before and it was horrendous. One time I had like a mic that wasn't. I used to use like a headset mic, and then another mic, and then like a whole bunch of settings for the voice as well. I had to set up just for the voice. I remember one time when I was checking some stuff, I ended up resetting all of my settings for the voice, and it was terrible. But like everyone, people know different things than what other people know. When she sets her sights on something, there's really no stopping her. Maybe I should do the same and find some squirrels. My name is Futaba Soenji. Sayonji. Thanks for the help today.
It's me.
Well, aren't you polite? My name's Takayuki Yagami. Nice meeting you, Takayuki-san. Bye-bye for now. Wait, was this the way to that other squirrel? I need to work on my directions. You should get home. Watch out for cars, okay? Alright, guess I'm looking for squirrels from now on. No need to go nuts over it, of course. Okay. So tired. So sleepy. Can I cancel stream now? I'm lying. I'm just so tired. I went to sleep so late last night. The body model, what? Where's the nurse's office though? Chairman's office, gymnasium, nurse's office. Hello, nurse. Oh, never mind. Oh, Yagami-san. Who are you?
Hmm?
Huh? No? You are? It's me, Naito. Thanks for going easy on me the other night. Oh, Naito, hey. I just realized I didn't know what you look like under that getup. Yeah, I guess this is the first time you've seen me in regular uniform.
By the way,
I assume you're in the clear with your teacher? Did your test go well? Enough brain cells. 1 minute. Connections. Unverse on Discord? Does it say I'm streaming? It says I'm online, but it doesn't say I'm streaming. Okay, let me try something. There we go. Okay, all right. Did it change? I'm trying some things out. Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it. Hey, I think I got it working. Okay. That's dumb. Okay. Yeah, it was a close call, but somehow I brought my grade up to a passing one. Glad to hear it. That studying did you some good. Actually, it was thanks to all my research for the body model that I asked my bio exam. That was what ended up balancing out all of my other terrible grades in the end. Looks like that turned out to be a good idea after all, huh? Except now it says it, okay. Except my teacher's still really mad at me, so now I have to clean the science room every day after school until I graduate. You're lucky that's all you got. Since you helped me out, Yagami-san, just let me know if you ever want to try out the Gutsy Sound outfit. Just come by the science room. They even have plenty of fake organs left for you to toss. Nope. No thanks. Really? That's a shame. Well, I should get going. See you later, Yagami-san.
No way.
Man, that guy never stays down for long, does he? I wonder how he does it. If I ever need to dress up as a body model for a case, though, I guess I know where to go now. I felt more comfortable in my own skin. Was that it? This. Huh. I cannot enter the nurse's office, meaning I cannot talk to the cute nurse. Where my phone at? Nope. I'm sorry, Unverse. I cannot go on a date. But I know there's a case somewhere. Stereo Basement, Stereo Dance Club, and Curse of the Amasawa Family Heirloom. And then there's this question mark one. So I guess I'll do a couple. Ooh, maybe I should do a Dance Revolution thing and then do the detective thing. I think that's what I'll do. no! No, wait, I messed up. Oh no, it didn't start one immediately. Let me get out of here. Sun's starting to set. The faculty meeting should be over now. Time to go back to the faculty room. Oh, so I guess I killed some time. I wish I had a mini map open. Oh, the mini map is open. I just couldn't see it.
Yagami-san, thank you.
Maybe I should just test the waters a bit first. Hey, you should know. I heard this weird rumor about the dance club. Oh, I skipped dialogue we didn't see before. You did? Yeah. It's only a rumor, but I'm still kind of concerned. I heard that one of the rabbits is running a sugar baby scam. Oh, you mean that rumor? Yeah, I've heard it too. Another rumor has it one of their victims is a real lowlife, and now he's out looking for her. If those rumors turn out to be true, I can't just let that happen. Anyways, and I really appreciate looking out for us. Maybe I just don't think there's any truth to it. Okay. If it's just rumors, then I'm good. We don't want to be overly suspicious of each other, right?
Yes.
Right. I might know something, but she's not ready to talk about it yet. This might be too tough to press before I earn her trust. Gotta get the club through prelims first. Do I dare?
Got a song in mind?
We still only have one song?
Which step should we go? Got a song in mind?
Let's freaking dance.
The music is a bit of a bop.
And a 1 and a 2.
I already messed up. All right.
Here goes nothing. And a 1 and a 2.
Why aren't my things going on screen? What do you mean? Oh no, did something happen?
Fantastic, Yagami-san.
Why aren't now it says why aren't my things going on screen? What do you mean? Oh.
Okay, team.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're all in sync, and you've got the new moves down pat.
Yes.
I think we're finally ready. Oh, I'm a cry? It says you're online. I'm a cry. I don't know why it doesn't show all the time. What competition is this for? The Ichijin Show citywide dance regionals. We have to do well in the preliminaries before the... Really? That's exciting. Really small event. What we're really going for is first place in National High School Dance Jam. Does that sound like a bitter competition? No, I've sent like too much as... Oh, okay. It's huge. Dance clubs across the whole country come together for that one. I wonder if it's because of my VPN. Most of them are really good too. It can be tough just getting past the
I
prelims.
see.
I see. So Dance Jam is a real big time competition. Right. So you've got to win the Ichijincho Dance Regional to even have a chance at Nationals.
Sayaka-chan!
Captain Sayaka, you got those rabbits in fighting form. Hiragi-senpai, it's almost time for regionals prelims. You ready for it? Yeah,
Yes.
I think we are.
You got this!
Captain Sayaka leading the charge. I can't wait to see this enthusiasm at the prelims. You're going to come too? Yay! This is going to be so amazing.
Yagami-san.
Have you noticed how high Sayaka's voice gets when she's around Hiragi-senpai? Oh, does it? I wasn't paying attention.
Yes.
It totally does, and she gets all bubbly, too. I bet even Hiragi-senpai can tell she loves him. Well, couldn't that make for a solid motivator? That's a good point. Ever since she got closer with Hiragi-senpai, weird, but oh yeah, it is a bit weird. Just shines when she dances.
Yagami-san.
Oh, Yagami-san, we really appreciate you being there to watch. Let me know when you're ready to go. Oh? Something went up. I kind of want to see what Extra Hard is
Got a
about.
song in mind?
Let's freaking dance.
I just kind of see what Hard is all about. I'm messing them all up. I wonder if this would be easier in the computer, because I keep on pressing the wrong buttons. No, I'm bad. What is this? Oh, that was bad. It probably would be easier because I would have like, because it's showing it in the line, right?
Hey,
But I'm playing it in the circle. So it's hard. Like if I could do it'd be different. But I still gotta be. So yeah, let's get going. Great, thank you so much. Rabbits roll out. If they made the game where the lines are going inwards, like going from north down, then I think it would be easier. So this is the venue. Yeah, okay. We're here. Okay, oh, I'm getting nervous. Hey, Sayaka-chan. Hiragi-senpai. You really came.
Yeah.
Of course. Didn't I tell you I would? But your exams, you got all that studying to do. Sure, I need to study, but being there for my juniors is even more important.
let's do our best.
I do like this side quest as well. Thank you so much. We're gonna make you proud. Knock his socks off, Nishizuno. I think in Like a Dragon there was a side quest like that where it was like down to... It's too easy.
Let's freaking dance.
They do like each other. Must be nice. Oh my god, look at all these people. I'm gonna freak out. I'm about to forget the entire routine, I can just tell. Guys, what you do is just imagine the audience as giant pumpkins.
Guys.
Keep it together, I see some awfully nervous rabbits. Yeah, verse. Relatable. What was it? I think we're good. You're frozen stiff, is what you are. Focus all that energy into delivering the strongest routine you can. Show that crowd what serial rabbits are made of. You're right. We've worked so hard on this. All that stuff now is the last perfect push. We can do it.
Okay, team.
Okay, rabbits, huddle time.
Smile, spirit, spunk. Go!
Oh. You've got this. Oh.
Here we go.
I missed one. Dang it. I pressed the wrong one.
And one and a two. Here we go.
Sweet.
Whew. Let's go. 58 combo. I went from English to Japanese and that was weird. Nice. It did go for Japanese for a few minutes. I guess that part just wasn't voiced. Which is common in a lot of video games.
Did you see that, Yagami-san?
Where a lot of the part, it's voiced a lot more in Japanese than it is in English. Coming in at second place is the Inagawa High Apocalypse. Only the first place winners left to announce. No, did we lose? There's no way we're getting first. And now, Ichijincho regional audience, are you ready to hear the final team? The first place winners of the preliminaries. The top performers of the entire day. Ichijincho Dance Maniacs I send. Are you ready? In first places. Let it be us, please. Theory High School. First place is a Serial Rabbit.
What?
No way. We did it. I like how Yagagi's just happy that he, like, for his, he's just happy about his students. Yeah, we won.
No way.
I can't believe we got first place. It's like, I'm dreaming right now.
Yeah.
I know, right? We even did it without Hiragi-senpai on the team. Sega-chan Rabbits, congrats on first place. Oh, Hiragi-senpai, did you see it?
Yeah.
Why is he so bulky though? Yeah, it was incredible. It made me wish I was right up there with
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. And you too, Yagami-san. And all the rabbits for your hard work. Come on, Sayaka.
Ah.
Oh, right.
Excuse me.
He did teach his students well.
What?
Is she gonna... We were talking about going out for a bite after this. Do you think you'd wanna... No.
Hey.
Please, Takumi, let's go.
Ah.
Oh, shoot. I didn't realize the time. Who's that girl?
Yorizuki-san.
What are you doing here? I didn't see Misaki high compete today. Takumi and I have a day after this. No. No.
Huh?
A date.
Right.
Uh-huh. We're catching a movie together.
Excuse me.
Senpai, are you two going out? Well, I told her I'd go see it with her, but I wouldn't call it a date. We just happen to want to see the same movie. Okay. Okay. Calm down. Oh, I see.
Hey.
So Nishizuno, I just happened to see your routine. How should I put it? Seems like you played it safe today. Safe how exactly? Maybe not enough zing? Okay, right, she has a chance. You have that one really amazing girl in your club though, right? I've seen her compete before, whatever happened to her.
No way.
You mean Micah? She's, well, I'm glad she's gone. If that was you in top form, then I'm not worried about Dance Jam. Remember our deal? Of course I do. No way I'd forget.
Oh yeah.
He is a bit snobby. Good for you anyway. Let's get going, Takumi. Takumi, don't go! Don't go!
Hey.
Who was that? Yuri Norizuki. He's captain of Misaki High Dance Club. It's usually something else. Used to be the star idol of Twinkles.
Huh?
Story of my life. A former idol, so she used to dance professionally. Yeah. But she up and left the group one day to dance her own dance. That's the name of a movie. Her agency made her do cutesy simple routines as an idol so they'd be fan friendly. But she's put a lot of effort into breaking away from that image since leaving the industry. And what wasn't that about a deal? Oh, that is for Hiraki-senpai. Apparently Nizuki-san knows him since they were little, and I guess she's always had feelings for him. So at the last meet when she saw Sayaka and Hiragi-senpai being all cute, she offered a deal. The winner of the next Dance Jam gets to tell Hiragi-senpai about her feelings, and Sayaka accepted the challenge. Oh. So she got talked into a dance-off with a pro. Sayaka's totally gonna be crushed if she loses, but she's up against an actual pro. Sounds like the competition's about to get fierce. This is gonna be a long side quest. A very long side quest. Our dancing has improved so much. It'd be great if we had some new outfits to complete the transformation. Outfits, you say? At Hustle Boutique. I'm gonna have to find that place. I wish I could use the skateboard outside. He is such a good teacher. The Chi Rubber. Who are you? What are you doing over there? I think I'm gonna go look for that for the clothes. Come back and continue. I think this is just gonna be a side quest day. I think. I can't remember if I took a thumbnail or not. Maybe I did. EB Supon. Deco Rush. Okay, none of them are down there. Hustle Boutique. Okay, it literally had to be the last. Literally had to be the last store I saw. Oh, you support the idea of a dance group? Okay, I'm gonna go buy that clothes after this fight. Yeah, I gotta get some money before we're going over there. And then there was one. Ooh, okay.
Really, guys?
Ghost, oh yes, I'm tipsy. I'm tipsy right now. I'm not drunk. You know how there's like the drunken fist? He was doing the drunken dance. Dance outfit. I bought them all. Official gear reduces burn duration. I'm assuming the ones that cost the most are the best. Apparently he opened up a store called Onodera's Wares. Huh. Ichiban Confections. Ichiban is the main character from Like a Dragon. I'm not seeing the store she was talking about. Okay. Good thing I'm loaded with money. Ah shoot. I guess I am still a bit drunk. I can't control the character that well. Why y'all blocking so much? Okay. I'm glad that slam takes all their HP away.
And stay down.
It looks like there's going to be a lot of dancing tonight. Lots of dancing. And I'm almost not drunk. I'm imagining the store was like, what do you want? I want all of the outfit. That's what I want. Oh, I was gonna check my equipment items. Ooh. That I wonder what outfit I'm gonna choose first. Tashina, can you be more expressive? You're so stiff up there. Have you been practicing your ISOs? Oh, sorry. I'll smile more.
Hey!
Takiguchi, you mixed up to the 8 counts. Are you practicing at all? Are you even trying? Alright girls, time to look fabulous. What's wrong with Nishizono? He's awfully snappy today.
Nishizono.
Something bugging you? Oh, is it really that obvious?
I guess so.
And now I'm taking it out on the rabbits too. Just great. But it's good that you recognize you're doing it. It's just so unlike you is all. What's wrong? The pressure's getting pretty bad. I have to come up with the next routine all by myself. Choreography was the one thing Kumikata-sensei had taken care of us so far. Is this guy ever gonna step up for his club?
Yes.
Also, someone mentioned that our last routine didn't have any zing to it. That's been bugging me too. Oh, you mean at the prelims? The former idol? Yeah, Yuri Nozuki from Misaki High. All her routines have zing. She's got that whole superstar thing going on.
Can't do this.
How could a team like ours even compete? I've been racking up my brain for a few moves non-stop since last night. Hey Nishizono, is it possible you're overthinking it? At the very least, don't know if you're in the right headspace as a captain. I know, you're right, but... Look, see what's written up there?
So,
Dance like nobody's watching, the official motto of the Sierra Rabbits. So how'd this practice go? Did you and everybody enjoy yourselves like you were dancing just for the fun of it?
oh yeah.
So you're saying my bad mood affected everyone else's performance?
Nishizono.
A good leader sets the right stage for the team to flourish. It's the right tone.
Thank you.
Alright, let me check. You're right, that was a good pun. Sounds like a good first step to me. He's really working hard on this routine. Maybe I should study up dancing so I can pull my weight. But where do I even start? This might be out of our league. What you got there, Nishizono?
Yagami-san.
You mean this? That's a dance manual Hiragi-senpai gave me. He said he didn't need it anymore.
Oh.
Oh yeah? He brought a whole bunch of them with him. Here, take one. You're just giving me one?
Yes.
Don't you think it might give you some ideas? Ah, smart. In that case, let me take a look here. Let's see, locking. Switching from fluid movement to a total hunt at the drop of a hat. These seem pretty cool. It could really jazz up the rabbit's choreography. Maybe we should try it out. Not letting me choose anything. But it looks like we have a new song. I do have a new EX move.
Go ahead. Which step should we work on?
I like that one. Okay.
Go ahead and pick a costume.
Yeah, pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Awesome.
What do you think?
Got a song in mind? Go ahead and pick a costume.
Nice.
Got a song in mind? Go ahead and pick a costume.
Nice.
Got a song in mind?
Okay, let's go.
Costume formal.
And 1, and 2.
I guess very easy is very easy. They could make a Yakuza game that's just dancing. Because the other Yakuza games also have dancing in them. I missed one.
Here goes nothing.
These songs are long. There you go. You sent a couple more, I see.
Fantastic, Yagi-san.
Hey, nice. Song level is not at the max. Oh, do we have to get the song level to max? Great job, rabbits. I guess it's just wrapped up practice for the day.
Yagami-san.
Oh yeah, Kami-san, there's something I want to ask you. Can't really take this to any adult. Oh yeah? What's up? Could we go somewhere else first? Sure. I guess it's something pretty private. Yeah. I wonder if this is about... He does have some serious news. My eyes started getting tired.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know this is kind of weird. So what's wrong? It's about our star rabbit, Maika Takanashi. She's a second year. Although she hasn't been showing up to practice lately. What about her? What I've been thinking is we can juice up our own superstar factor if we can get her back. Her stage appeal is just unbelievable and we could really use the ace up our sleeve.
I see.
But none of that does you any good if she refuses to practice or compete, huh?
Yes.
Yep, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. We need to brainstorm a way to get her back, but... Is there a problem? Well... I've been hearing some bad rumors about her lately. My classmates say she saw Mika on a date with some businessmen.
Does that mean...
You don't mean...
Yes.
Yeah. Remember when you asked me about a sugar baby scammer before? If we really talked about Micah, maybe that's the reason she hasn't been showing up to practice. Hey. Sounds like something I should look into.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
You can do that? Of course I can. I'm a detective. It's my bread and butter. I'll see if I can convince her to come back to the rabbits too.
Thank you.
Thanks much. I'm so glad you came to our school. I'd like to start right away, actually. Do you know if she's still here today? No. She already left. I actually saw her go, myself. Oh. Wonder where I could find her. Maybe try Izizaki Road. That's where I was told she goes for her date.
Gotcha.
Izizaki Road, huh? Okay, good. I'll look for her there. Finally got some info. I better update Amasawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, her name is Maika Takanashi. I don't have proof she's a sugar baby, but it's definitely worth checking out. Understood, I'll be there as soon as I can. Alright, time to hit the Izuzaki Road to look for Maika Takanashi. Right, I can see them becoming good friends. And if they do go out, I hope there isn't any backlash because of that. Oh, I haven't seen all of the trials. I've always seen clips and pieces and I'm kind of bad with names. Can't remember which one is Ben. Where is Ishizaki Road? Look at that, and I'm not drunk anymore. That cop is like, that guy sure be going in and out the school a lot. Meow. Oh, are they? Okay, never mind then. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No fighting, please.
Hell yeah!
You for sure shut them? Yeah, the few clips I did see, I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, can't take my skateboard out here. This is areas where Maika Takanashi has been seen on dates. Let's see if I can find her based on her features.
What the?
I don't think that's her.
Hey.
Is that her? I don't think so. That's not her.
Suspicious.
Hidden double eyelid element shape. Okay.
What the?
Small downturned nostrils, thin lips, egg-shaped face. They just said she had an egghead and long hair. Yeah, that's a good title. Well, she fits the profile, no doubt about it. That's Maika Takanashi. Luckily for me, she doesn't know my face. She shouldn't get suspicious of me unless I get too close. Alright. Who's she talking to on the phone? Yeah, can't wait to ride your Ferrari. I bet that's your sugar daddy. Hey, Ami-san, I'm out front. Let's go it together. What is she doing? She's wearing a disguise, but it's just, we really need to work on her sense of discretion.
Amasawa.
Yagami-san.
I'm impressing you as me, Yagami-san. How could I not? You're being so weird. No normal person peers into a cafe from behind the utility pole. But I thought I was blending into my surroundings. This is more complicated than I thought. But I'm tagging along today, I take it?
Yes.
Of course I do. This is an important case. Fine, but just don't stand out anymore, okay?
Yes.
Understood. Oh, Yagami-san, Takanashi-san's coming out. It is getting windy, I'm getting hot, I'm getting tired. Righto. Let's get on the case.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, we're tailing? It's been so long since I told anybody. Oh, we is at 0%. Become the light pole. Why is she suddenly running away? Why did she suddenly run? Alright, alright, alright. Damn. Oh, and she's ringing again. He sure is a fan of Cat. I feel like I have a friend that would do this. Not that I know them that well. Oh, we're done. We're done. That was easy. That was an easy tailing objective. I wish this was his voice. I get tired of talking. So where's your Ferrari? Sorry, Micah-chan. I'm not really a day trader. Huh?
Micah-chan!
So good to see you.
Son.
Is that you? Yeah, I couldn't believe you just left me there without a word. What's the deal there?
That's,
Well, I guess it's fighting time. What are you? Relax. I'm not gonna hurt you, baby. I just want to talk, you know? About our future together.
if I were to guess,
That man, he must be the thug who's worked up over Takanashi-san. Yeah. Feels like this was a trap.
Hey!
Hey, cut it out. Huh?
It's you?
Wait a minute. I know you.
Oh, shit!
Yagami? You are... Do you two know each other?
Nope.
Nope. I don't think so. What the... Don't tell me you forgot about me. Kanza Kasai from the Kihin game. You were in the... Oh wait. I remember now. You're one of the lowlifes that kept taking fights with me all over Kamurocho. I got a lot of texts about you guys. If memory serves, you were on the lower rung of the Kihin game, right? Low rung, my butt. I was on the... That was one of the Kihin 4.
Yeah.
Right, the Kihin 4. You know, I haven't seen you around town lately. That's your fault. You went and messed everything up for us. Narking on our gun running.
Nah.
I don't remember doing that. That must have been a side quest I missed. Now that I remember, I trashed your base with my Kamurocho friends.
Don't mess with me!
It's all you. You're the reason the Keihin gang lost its dough. Our standing in the underground. Our whole dang livelihood. I got run out of Kamurocho and now the Keihin gang's
By the
dead.
way,
That's all in the past, right? What does that have to do with you being here? No, accosting this young lady. I got no idea what you're on about. I'm here because the chick broke my heart in a million pieces. Yep, he
In other
did show up a
words.
couple of times, but I'm guessing he was part of another bigger side quest? I guess he was just another one of the clients. Then, whatever the case, let her go now.
Piece of shit!
You kidding me? First I'll kill off the Keihin gang and now you mess up my love life? Oh no, you're dead. Isn't she like 16 though? He hit me! I wonder what's that yellow thing on me. Okay, it's gone. Yeah, ouch, ouch, indeed. He knocked me. Oh, now I'm levitating. Dang it.
Hey,
Asai, I never expect you to turn over a new leaf, but you're making trouble in Ichijincha now? I swear. Like I even could with the serial cleaning Gujimo around. Ichijincho ain't even got the space for me.
Don't mess with me!
They carved up the whole dang town. About the best I could do is mug some drunk. Really now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Thanks to you, the only pull I've got now is pulling spare change out from under the vending machine. But you're still better off on your hands than on your knees. In the underground anyway. Yup. And the rest of the Keihin 4, what happened with them? You mean Koga, Sakakiba, and Honda? Well, I happened to run into Koga in town the other day. You did? You give him the. I did give him the one too. I was like, toot 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 toot. If I remember, he was the gun nut, yeah? Yeah. Looks like he had a pretty rough time himself when he first got to Ichijincho. He's got a new thing going, and he calls it the Neo Kihin Gang. Are you kidding me with that? He's pulling together all kinds of ex-Kihin members, trying to get something started here in Ichijincho. Gotta say though, doubt he'll get anywhere. Like I told you, the turf's already taken.
by the way,
Yeah, ran off because he was hungry. And you have been pulled into Koga's scheme?
knows?
Not yet. Still waiting on the call. Maybe he got cut out of the loop this time.
Excuse me.
Pardon me, I have a question if I may. Oh yeah? Do you know anyone who goes by the Professor? Ah shoot, the Professor? Wait, you actually do? No, I mean, not personally, but when I ran into Koga, he mentioned the Professor at one point. He called the guy unbelievable, said nobody's capable of restructuring the Ichijincho underground like the Professor is. Koga said that to
In other
you?
words,
But the Professor's a real person, he's not just a front or a myth. Yeah, and behind him is the Neo Keihin gang led by Koga. The Professor must be really something if he's got that smug Koga kissing his butt.
if I were to guess,
I'm getting the feeling that we're onto something even larger than we initially suspected. Yeah. Takanashi, how are you holding up?
yes.
Okay. May I ask you something? Why have you been working as a sugar baby? I have plenty more questions for her. Hope she's willing to be honest with me.
hey,
Why'd you do it? Was it for the money?
That's,
Well, the money's for a friend.
what?
Really? Yes, my friend Kotoko.
B.
You don't mean Kotoko Ito Kura-san? Who's that? Amasawa, who's she talking about? A second-year student. She stopped coming to school roughly half a year ago. I have been watching Spy. I actually watched the 5th episode, I think, today with my sisters during anime night.
Huh?
I'm also caught up with it from the manga, so you wouldn't be spoiling anything for me. I think I had a file on her on my phone. Here. This is her. Pretty, isn't she? Aren't you? It's such a good anime. So good. So good. With always a center of attention. She's got good grades, had plenty of friends. She is adorable. Tuko practically had the perfect school life, but then she stopped showing up and it's all my fault.
Does that mean?
What do you mean? It's your fault? She and I were both on the school festival committee last semester and it got really messy. Referring to the festival committee debacle? It was right around the start of the year. The committee was preparing for a summer festival of Stereo Sai. Like I said, Kotoko and I were both members. Kotoko volunteered to be committee chair. There were some third years who wanted the position, but no one else would dare stand up to
Yes.
her. Right. She can come up on a little strong sometimes. She doesn't hold back whether it's with one of us or a senpai. This rubbed some of the committee members the wrong way, so they stopped listening to her. He got cut out of the group. Causing problems in the pecking order of a place like a high school can have some real nasty results. From what I heard though, I thought Itakura was partly to blame. Running the committee like a dictator, refusing to listen to others.
Yes.
Yeah. I promise Kotoko's not a bad person, she's just kinda harsh.
But
If that's true, and everyone was ignoring her orders, what did she do instead?
Yes.
Well, they sure didn't rescue the festival, that's for sure. It was the worst curiosity in school history. The decorations, the stalls, even the planned events were a joke. People were only bashing it. Some even booed. And Kotoko hasn't set foot in school ever since that day.
I see.
It must really sting to be in charge of such a large-scale failure. I joined the committee with her. We were best friends. But I just couldn't bring myself to back her up.
It's all my fault.
It's my fault she stopped coming to school. It's because I wasn't there for her, like it should have been. But how does that circle back to becoming a sugar baby exactly? Kotoko lives with just her mom. They don't have a lot of money. She earns a scholarship to her tuition, but a while ago I overheard our teacher say because she's been absent for so long, she's gonna lose her scholarship. If that happens, she'll never be able to afford the tuition. She'll get kicked out. You mean you're a sugar baby to cover Kotoko's tuition?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Wow, you two must have been close. Takanashi, how did you meet your clients? A friend told me about this one website and suggested I try using it to rope in older guys. A website? Are you talking about the professors? That was real too.
Yes.
The real only gets shared by word of mouth between close friends. When I posted on the site that I wanted to make a lot of money fast, I got a direct message right away. There's someone calling him the professor.
Which means...
Directly from the professor? So you've seen messages on the site?
Yes.
The sugar baby idea was his. He told me a cute girl like you can easily make a bundle of money. He also told me that he would be perfect. He would protect me if I was in danger, so I thought it would be okay. Protect you? I did hear a rumor that a bunch of scary looking guys would show up when someone was in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, they saved me a few times actually.
I see.
It might be the Nyokihin getting tapped for that. I think that takes care of all my questions so far. Takadashi-san. You've seen for yourself how dangerous it is to be a sugar baby. You have to quit doing this. Yeah, the shooting in Texas was terrible. I don't even like talking about it. It's just, it's just bad news after bad news, and then you find out that the police wasn't helping as well as they should have. The teachers, the parents, the students, the reasoning behind it. I don't know. And then just the people that are saying online about, I don't know, pro-gun. I don't like any of it.
That's,
Oh, is that a blue sword in the back? I can't stop you. I haven't saved enough money for Kotoko. But the professor works with a really nasty crowd. It's just too dangerous for you.
But
I don't want to make up for what I did to Kotoko.
this is for Kotoko.
I want to make sure she has a place to come back to. So, I'm not gonna stop being a sugar baby. But what do we do now? Takanashi-san insists she continues to working to help Itakuro-san. Let me think about that. Takanashi-san, did you ever actually apologize to Itakuro-san?
Huh?
Well... like, I get people that are pro-gun, like, yeah, we should have guns, but look at what happens. Like, there should be regular set in place just so that not anybody can get one, you know? At least stricter rules. Because what happened wasn't right. And then people are arguing, oh, if more people had guns, then that would solve the issue. And I don't know. I don't know. Well, no. I guess I haven't. Have you ever told her how concerned you are for her?
No.
And what you should do is find her, apologize, and tell her you care about her. I guess you might be right. So let's start there. Do you think that sounds a lot better? Takanashi-san, would you like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Nagami-san, let me know when you're ready to go to Izakura-san's house. Yeah, and I guess that's right for a teacher to be armed, but what if in another case one of the teachers goes ballistic as well? You just never know. Oh, there seems to be a case and more stuff down there. I don't know what happened, but I suddenly got really tired. Is there a background check for anything? I've been reading that the background checks have been kind of lenient, not lenient, but not as thorough as they should be. Like, yeah, you probably didn't do anything in the past, but what about your psychological problems? Hi, Yagami-san, thanks for stopping by. Are you gonna help with us practice today? Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Got a song in mind?
Let's freaking dance.
Sorry if I'm not talking during this or reading chat.
And 1 and 2. Here goes nothing.
Keep it up.
And 1 and 2.
I messed up on the last one.
Yagami-san, you're officially the best.
All right. Oh, what can I say with that?
Got a song in mind?
Let's freaking dance. And a 1 and a 2. Here goes nothing. One and two.
I did mess up there. I don't know, I'm just annoyed by my classmates arguing so much. Well, yeah, you should just ignore your classmates then.
Fantastic, Yagami-san.
It says the song is at max.
Got a song in mind?
Let's freaking dance.
Okay. Oh.
Here goes nothing. One and two. Here goes nothing.
Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. I don't know if you noticed, but I missed like 50 of those buttons.
Hey, we're
What? Nothing? Yeah, heart. My wrist hurts. My wrist hurts a lot. I maxed out the song. Maybe I can't progress until I do some more stuff at the school. Maybe a bit later. Yeah, maybe a bit later. I may have to progress the school stuff.
Excuse me.
Oh, she gave us a diddly pass. I need that. I went to the nurse's office and she wasn't there.
Yagami-san.
Are you ready, Yagami-san? Yeah, I'm ready. Actually, I'm gonna take a small little break. I'll be back in maybe 2 minutes. I'll be back. I'm back, and I'm still just as tired as I was before. Okay, let's head out. Sorry for the long break. Is everything working? Yeah. Yes, everything is working, except my eyes. Where are we going? She's like, are you ready? I'm ready for what?
This is Itakura-san's apartment.
Oh,
All
is
right,
that why we couldn't
Takanashi-san,
continue
we
the
made it.
dancing thing?
There's the intercom.
Okay.
Thank you. It took me hours to choose the songs for the opening,
Kotoko, can
break,
we talk?
and the ending.
Micah? Is that you? What are you doing here?
I came by because I wanted to apologize.
Just go home. I'm busy.
Kotoko, come on. Can you at least hear me out for 1 minute?
But thank you, thank you.
Hey, leave me alone!
Itakura-san, just a moment. It's very important. This is Kyoko Amasawa from the Mystery Research Club, by the way.
Amasawa? Mystery Club? What is this?
Takanashi-san's been working as a sugar baby for you. She says she won't quit until you return to school.
She's a what? For me? I don't understand what's going on.
Itakura-san, we know that your scholarship's about to be revoked over your absenteeism. Takanashi-san has been working as a sugar baby in hopes of covering your tuition.
What?
Even though she's just been through a very scary experience, she still says she refuses to quit. Now, Kotoko...
Hang on. What have you done? And why would you do something like that for me?
Well, it's because
She's
I
the
wasn't there
cat
for you
from
when you
Persona.
needed me. Instead of being a friend, I practically sold you out to the committee.
So you started selling yourself to cover a stranger's tuition? Are you stupid? Why would you even think the school would accept your money?
Why do you call yourself a stranger? You're my best friend!
That's not my point. I mean, why would you go that far?
I like how this is
Hello?
voiced.
You
She
gonna give
is a
me
good
reason
friend.
or what?
Kotoko, do you remember when you first saw me dance in junior high? You said something I'll never forget.
Huh? I what?
You told the shyest, most self-conscious girl on the planet exactly what she needed to hear to get her butt on stage. And it did the trick. I finally gained the courage to dance in front of an audience, and it was all because you had my
Aw,
back.
right?
If
These
anyone
stories
makes
are so
fun of you
nice.
up there, I'll knock their teeth right out. You told me that word for word.
Well, that was just...
You inspired me, Kotoko. You taught me what it was like to be brave and to have a friend. Yet, how did I repay you? I turned my back on you when you needed me the most. Even after you'd always been there for me. I was stupid. I was more concerned about looking good in front of the committee than sticking up for you. So, I left you to deal with your problems alone. I've been wanting to say I'm sorry, but I just couldn't find the words.
Aw.
Seriously? You waited all this time? Just go home. I'm never going back to that school.
Hang on!
Itokura-san. Hello. I'm Yagami, outside counselor for the MRC.
Okay. So what?
So wait, why is
Do
she
you
so
think you could
sassy?
reconsider that last part? She's not gonna quit being a sugar baby until you're back at Serio. But we stop today, I don't think you want that kind of thing on your conscience.
Well, I guess that would suck. If something happened, I'd hate to live with that for the rest of my life. But there's just no way. I can't deal with the assholes in my class anymore. Makes me sick just thinking about it.
Ugh, I don't know. This is going nowhere. How can I convince her to come back?
Yeah, I'm sure diving back into all your classes at once would be a drag. How about warming up by joining the dance club first?
Huh? Why the dance club?
Well, your friend Takanashi-san is a member too. Wouldn't that make it easier?
No. Are you kidding me right now? They're all a bunch of bubbly party people.
Not all of us. Some of us are pretty chill, you know?
It doesn't matter. Dance club's out of the question. I always hated PE the most. Exercise sucks.
Exercise sucks, does it? In that case.
Is that a mystery you're reading? Are you a fan?
Well, yeah, I guess so. What up?
Oh, is she joining the
Maybe
club?
you'd be interested in joining the Mystery Research Club.
Huh?
If being around your classmates would be too much, you could start by just showing up to the MRC after school. That should make it easier to work your way up to attending classes again. As for the chairman, I'll take care of that.
Now, let's dial this back a bit.
My Instagram
Why
feed
should
is full
anyone
of
have to go to
K-pop
school
stuff, and you
anyway?
love it.
It's an institution to educate the uneducated,
I don't think I'll ever
and
get
that's all.
into K-pop.
To get people into a state where maybe they'll be of use to society. School is fine for people who lack intelligence and initiative. I don't. So I certainly don't need it.
Right. School isn't everything. I mean, I never graduated high school, and I've made my way through things just fine.
See? Then what's the problem?
Well, hanging around the school, becoming a counselor, it's made me realize something, actually.
No thank you.
I'm realizing that
No,
I
thank
might
you.
have
I'm
become
good.
an adult without, how should I put it, getting to enjoy being a kid.
Being a kid?
Yeah. Both Amasawa and all the rabbits. They're living their lives to the fullest with their friends. It makes me wish I'd had something like that. Itakura-san, why don't you just come check out the MRC? I wouldn't wish what I went through on anyone.
No,
If
I'm
you
good.
come join us and still feel like dropping
I
out
have
afterwards,
enough
then I'll
stuff
respect
to-
your decision and leave it at that.
To get into.
Well, if it's such a big deal to you, I guess I ought to consider it.
And you'll come back?
Only after school. And only to the MRC. On the condition that I keep my scholarship.
I don't think so.
You don't have to worry about that. Yagami-san will work it out. After all, he's a lawyer.
Note to self: convince the chairman to keep giving
All right,
money to a
Kojima.
rude someone.
Then I'll see you in school.
Do you think Itakura will come back to school? I don't know. She said she might if she felt like it. I'm sure she will. If Kotoko wants to tell us no, believe me, she would have just said it to our faces. I think she'll come back as well. Itakura seems to care a great deal for her friends. I mean, the way she practically burst from her room when she heard Takanashi had been working as a sugar baby. Yeah.
Either way,
You work tomorrow? Do I work tomorrow? No. But I may have to go to bed early because I may work on Monday earlier than usual. So I probably won't be streaming tomorrow.
Excuse me?
But would you be able to talk to the chairman about not cutting off Katsuko's scholarship just yet? Yeah. I'll work out a deal with him so long as Itakura-san actually shows up at school. But I don't think it's gonna be difficult. Zero is a private school, so there are way fewer hoops to jump through. Okay. And I'll rejoin the rabbits. No 12-hour stream. I'm falling asleep. That'd be great. I'll be sure to pop by from time to time myself too. Also, Takanashi, I know today's been a lot, so when you're feeling up to it, I'd like to tell me what you know about the professor's website. I think I'll be ending it maybe in an hour or so. So far, I'm a loser though. I'm a loser. That's right, we need to lead on the website. I should ask Amasawa to fill me in when she had that conversation. Why'd they send me all the way over here though? They could have sent me back to the school. That's a new case. That wasn't there before. Dang it, I didn't want to do it. I need that Kappa back. Hmm? Hey, what? You want this Kappa, eh? Yes, please. If you could carefully just 10 mil. Excuse me? If you need us so bad, give me 10 million yen. What? We are winners here. Fight him. I don't want to fight him though. Aw, don't like my offer, huh? Maybe I'll smack. Go change your mind. Come on, don't you want to love Tappa from your Kappa? This guy's out of his mind. Is that guy wielding a Kappa statue? I don't know what's going on. But if that boozehound can swing around a big statue like that, this might be serious trouble. Should I go stop him? Not now. Nah, never mind, got other stuff to do. He can hold that Kappa as long as he wants. I got stuff to do. Is he stealing? We don't have the full context. Maybe he's just borrowing it for now.
Let's go!
Ah, it didn't work. What does the purple icon mean? It just means the enemies are stronger than usual. Like they're like not mini bosses, but they are pretty tough. The red icons are just like regular thugs. Purple is kind of like, oh, you're a little tougher. They block more. They have more health. They do more damage.
Amasawa.
Did Takanashi-san fill you in on the professor's website?
Yes.
Yes, I was actually looking into it. It was on the dark web, so I wasn't able to browse it using conventional methods. Dark web. I'm gonna need some more details here. What's this dark web? It's essentially the shadow realm of the internet. Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh reference? Probably not.
Does that mean...
It's the what? The website we normally browse are either on the surface web or the deep web. Public fare like blogs and shopping sites are accessible by anyone, so they're considered part of the surface web. The deep web comprises of standards but secure websites, email services, privately shared documents, etc.
That being said,
The dark web is entirely different. These are websites you'd never stumble across in your daily life.
What?
You can't just search for the sites like in the rest of the internet.
yes.
They won't come up in search engines. They aren't even accessible unless you use their proprietary browser. It's the one truly lawless land left in our society. A cyberspace where truly anything goes, no matter how heinous.
I see.
No wonder you called it the Shadow Realm. Sounds like stumbling around there could net you some viruses or even worse. Yes, it is certainly a place where curiosity can be one's undoing. The dark web affords a very high degree of anonymity, making it a hotbed for cybercrimes of all kinds. This is where Margaret truly flourishes here. It's so windy here, it's insane. Is it? Is it that windy over there? They say you can buy anything you'd ever imagine in the dark web if you look long enough for it. I see. That includes dangerous stuff like firearms, right? That's just the tip of the iceberg. Counterfeit money, fake passports, illegal animals. Apparently there are even sites where you can hire assassins. Yep, that's definitely bad. And you're saying the professor's website isn't any better?
Yes.
Well, it's not so terribly grim as that, but the students posting on the site definitely have some saving requests.
Yagami-san.
Here, allow me to show you the whims of Syria High School students unleashed. Looks like an ordinary bulletin board at first glance. What kind of stuff getting posted? All sorts of requests. I want to ace the mock exam. I want my crush to notice me. Some had their request answered. Here, the professor replied with prices for all the different answer keys for the upcoming exams. Up to the answer keys, huh? Sounds like the kind of thing someone would have to hack into school service to get their hands on.
If I were to guess,
I'm sure they already have, if not professor himself, then someone under his employ. Also, I should mention anyone entering on the site needs to provide a Serio High student ID. presumably to weed out faculty and parents. The professor really has thought of everything. Megumi-san, take a look at this post. By username, Dancing Bunny. Dear Professor, I want to see Misaki-san, dance captain. Oh? Misaki High's dance club. Yuri Norizuki? Oh, at the dance prelims.
Yes.
Yes. The ex-idol and star dancer for Misaki-san's High Dance Club. There's also a strong chance the request was made by Seri High Dance Club member. Oh, really? Well, I hope everything is okay. What makes you say that? After looking into the Dancing Bunny's previous post, it seems to be a safe bet. In one, they complained about the club's advisor. In another, they asked for advice about something that happened during practice.
Unbelievable.
One of the rabbits wishing harm on Norizuki? No way. Megumi-san, there's a possibility the professor will accept the Dancing Bunny's request. That's not good. Really hard wind? Yeah. Indeed, I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to go once more into the fray and track down this rabbit. I hope it doesn't get anything too serious. I hope it's just heavy winds. I thought I was gonna try and get the dancing thing finished tonight, but I guess that's not gonna happen. Looks like the dancing club thing is like it's a huge thing. Ah. Well, look who it is.
Yagami-san!
Thank you for convincing Micah to come back.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks. For the other day. I'm just glad to see such a great dancer back where they belong.
Yes.
I know, right? Now we might have a real shot at regionals. We're gonna zing them right out of their seats. We'll zing them, huh? Well, I know I do everything I can do to help the rabbits, that's for sure. Alright, that's a wrap for today. Great job, everyone. Great job.
Yagami-san!
Did you come here for a second? What's up? Please, just come with me. You have to see this.
Hey.
What? Hey.
Hey.
Takanashi, what's going on? My friend said she saw her around here somewhere.
Ah.
Oh, there. Is that Itakura? What you doing?
Kotoko!
You actually came to school.
Hey.
On your way to the MRC? No, not really. Oh, don't be shy. Come on. Oh, wait,
Hey!
Just come on, Amasawa-senpai. He'd be delighted to see you. Yeah, looks like it is. Looks like it's all connected. Yagami-san, what is it? Got a problem? I can just leave if so. No problem at all. Welcome, Itakura-san. You're the third member of the Mystery Research Club. Boy, how exclusive.
Itakura.
Good to see you in school. I guess I can show up if I feel like it. Not like I hate mysteries or anything.
Not bad.
This is quite the collection, Amasawa-senpai. I've got all the famous ones at home. Should I bring those to the club sometime? I suppose getting to read all of these is for free is pretty cool. Oh, and Itakura-san, would you like to work on a mystery fan sign with me? I'm in the middle of analyzing some of Carr's novels. Carr, huh? I heard a new translation just came out. I'll finally get to read a fresh version of the Locked Room Lecture. They are friends. This turned out pretty well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like I unlocked more stuff. Looks like I can continue the dance club. I'm seeing a folder down there.
What?
You're messing with me, right? No, I'm serious. I saw him in the faculty room. I bet he won't show his face here, though. Hey, what's going on?
Nakami-san!
Apparently our advisor, Kumikado-sensei, actually came to school today. The one I still haven't met at all this time?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a while since he helped out the club. I'm sure he'll sneak off soon instead of coming here and lending us a hand. Oh, well in that case I should go meet him. Huh? What for? Well, I am involved with the dance club after all. What's he look like? Bushy hair, pale face, his shirts are always wrinkled. I think he's like 25 years old.
Gotcha.
Got it. If I spot him, I'll try to find out what's his deal. What? Is that it? Looks like he's on the second floor. Now, only to find... No, wait. Almost there. He seems to be over at that corner. Could this guy be the dance club advisor?
Excuse me.
I'm mistaken. Are you Kumikado-sensei? And who are you? I'm Yagami, outside counselor for the MRC. I've sort of stepped in to help the dance club too recently.
Yeah.
Oh, the chairman told me about you. So great that you're lending them a hand. So what do you think of their routine?
Yep.
They're really coming along. They pretty much got the whole thing down pat. Nice, you know, I'm the one who choreographed that routine. I've always been rather passionate about dance.
Excuse me.
Is that so? I was meant to tell you the rabbits seem a little lost without you. Is there any way you could step back in and help them out again? I'm afraid to have to say no.
Huh?
Why is that? You probably wouldn't understand, but essentially, it's due to complications from a broken heart.
Huh.
Oh, that's why. My love was the most incredible dancer. Now that she's out of my life, I simply can't bear witness the sight. So you see, I have no choice but to retire from the world of dance. I mean, would you want a teacher around who was constantly throwing up?
Huh.
Right. I suppose not. Here, you can take this. Maybe it'll do you and the rabbit some good. A dance manual? I certainly have no use for it anymore. Can you stop it with a laugh? Great. Thanks. Well, that was a real swing and a miss. Well, shoot. Aw, they are friends. The best is a friend. And I am getting really tired. I kind of want to cancel it now. What, I'm 2 hours and 38 minutes in? But I also want to finish Lost Judgment as I'm doing all the side stories. I want to play Lost Judgment. If only I wasn't so tired. I will. I'm at least gonna try to finish the second song. Unfortunately, no. He said there's no way he can come back to the dance club. I knew it. Guess we're all on our own, huh? We'll be fine as long as you're with us, Yagami-san. You're so much more dependable than Kumikana-sensei.
Okay, team.
Right, everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. We'd be lost without you, Yagami-san. You're helpful and kind, and you're why we got the prelims. We can rely on you for anything. See, everyone's basically considered you our advisor already.
Huh.
Is that so? Oh, I'd be sure to do whatever I can to help the rabbit. Then it's goodbye to no-show Komikado. Well, we're gonna end up leaving at some point. It's not like we live here.
Okay, team.
Perfect, everyone. Perfect. That kind of work will earn us regional trophies. Yeah.
Yagami-san.
This is the Yagami-san, the finals of the Ichijinchu Citywide Dance Regionals.
Yeah.
Yep. We really made it.
Sayaka.
Is he? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was really something. I wonder if he's just out the story. Last night, someone uploaded a video of the Misaki High Dance Club's latest routine. It already has over 200,000 views. Maybe. That many views basically overnight? Wow. It's like the one idol who still got a loyal fan base. But it's not just the idol thing. I've seen the video and the routine. It's phenomenal. Like I was spellbound. Their form, their timing, everything was perfect. The music was unique, so it was actually unique. Even the solos were top notch. We're going against this. We're in trouble, aren't we?
Guys,
Come on, what's with the faces? Did you forget the rabbit's motto? Alright. Dance like nobody's watching.
Yeah.
I get that Narizaki's dancing makes you nervous, but if you just go up there and enjoy yourselves like you do during practice, you're gonna knock him dead. Got it? Yeah.
Yagami-san.
We'd appreciate if you were there to support us. Will you let me know when you're ready? And that's what we will do. Funny how we're at 19 hours and that's almost as long how long the game is. Hi Yagami-san, thanks for stopping by. Are you gonna help us with the practice today? Okay, maybe after this skit and maybe a few songs, I'll call it quits. Ichijinchu Regionals, we're coming for you.
Okay, team.
Alright everyone, time to show them our stuff. Yeah. There she goes.
Ah.
Oh.
Hey.
See it yet? Hmm? See what? Oh, that was quick.
So.
What was that about? I don't think she meant the video.
Ah.
Oh, okay. I see now. But why'd you come all the way just to ask me that? You didn't have any reason to be here today. Yep, it is the brat. You're probably the whole reason that video got shared online. She clearly thinks you're competition. I say she's just trying to get in your head. You think so?
which song though?
I don't want to do hard though. Let's do normal? Easy.
Let's freaking dance.
I don't think it matters. Wow, this is a big audience. Way more than that prelims. Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. Just don't get nervous.
Pumpkin people, pumpkin people.
Come on, cut it out. The more you focus on something, the more you'll just work on yourselves out. Huh? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to accept your nerves with every fiber of your being. They do look fabulous. My old dance instructor taught me that. And once you start, we're gonna forget the audience is even there. We'll be too busy killing it to notice them. What's your motto?
Dance like nobody's watching.
Right?
Let's do our best.
Right, if we enjoy ourselves, we'll already win the day. Let's just enjoy being nervous in the moment. Everyone's all smiles now, that's why they call her the ace. She's the team's mood maker.
Okay, team.
Come on, rabbits, huddle up.
Smile, spirit, spunk. Go!
It does go from English to Japanese, that's so funny. The could have just had them voice one more time. The next part. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
And one and a two. Here we go. And one and a two.
Sweet.
Oh my, it's so hard to look. I fell asleep. I fell asleep. My bad. My brain disconnected for a second. I didn't see the end. I disconnected again. My bad. I think we cleared it though. That was so difficult.
Nice.
I was falling asleep there. Okay. I would just block out. I love how they learned how to dance because they also learned how to fight. Right? Right?
Crushing it.
Did you see that, Yagami-san?
Oops, sorry. Sorry about that. And now, the first place award for the best performance of the day. The top prize winners in this year's citywide dance regional is, please, the Cereal Rabbit. Yeah. It's her. Brat number 1. Hey, here to spy on the enemy?
What?
Are you Cereal High's
It's
their outside counselor Yagami? So what's your honest take on the Rabbit's performance today? Honestly, I was impressed. I knew their top dancer would make a difference. The rest of them though, they got a long way to go. Really? Competition's that tough, huh? But a little dance like nobody's watching can make it surprisingly a dangerous one. Oh? You think so? At first I noted it at a much smaller meet. I thought for myself, they may not be very good, but they sure do like they love doing it.
I see.
That's a keen observation. I'll even tell you, I think it's their secret weapon.
Yagami-san!
We did it, oh? Nishizuna-san, I see the Star Rabbits returning to the stage. But don't you think you're leaning on her a bit hard?
Huh?
What do you mean? When you crowd a flower with too many weeds, the life gets choked out of it. Might as well dig up the whole bed and start over fresh.
Hey!
Huh? Who are you calling weeds? Grr. You got some nerve. I guess Norizuki still feels confident enough to swing by and take her jabs at Nishizino. This battle's far from over. Samosawa. Dancing bunny investigation. Any new progress? Unfortunately, no. I'll keep at it though. Well, actually, I found something that can help you out. Could you stop by HQ by any chance? No problem. What did Amosawa dig up? And now we sleep. I'm gonna see if there's a new song. If there's a new song, then I'll play the easy mode one. If
Got
not,
a song in mind?
there is no new song, so I guess we do sleep. Thank you very much for the sleeping. If I was affiliate or partner, I would definitely have a like a point submission thing where you can just send me to bed. Cause it's rough out here. I think I'll get to the entrance, and next week we'll continue the the dance competition. So I'm assuming no main story until no main story actually, just no main story for a while. No, until then. Yeah, you could also keep me awake. That's also a possibility. Well then, thanks for coming by, Inverse. And good night. Yep. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?